Hello and welcome to Bob's Videos, and we're here at the Danebury Grasstrack. They run one big meeting every year, and this is the third meeting that they've run. They've all been excellent so far. This one is the Vic Hiscock Memorial Trophy meeting, and we've got John Hiscock to talk to first of all. John, Vic, the memorial is for your father, isn't it?
Yeah, for my dad. He's followed Grasstrack, motocross, scrambles, the whole lot, all his life sort of thing. He died the night before I come to the meeting a few years ago now.
That was the first meeting, I believe, wasn't it?
First meeting, yeah, and I thought, well, let's do it. So we've done it.
Brilliant, and you've got a fabulous lineup of 1000cc sidecars this year.
Yeah, that's not down to me, that's down to the organisers. They work very, very, very well, so you've got to give credit where credit due. Give it to the club.
Now, did you get into racing because of your dad?
No, my dad wasn't a racer at all. No,
I mean because of the going with him to watch the racing.
Not really. I was a bit of a maniac when I was a little lad sort of thing, and started scrambles, not motocross, and just done a lot of scrambles for a few years, got sponsored at 15 sort of thing, done a few grass tracks on my scrambler, started doing solo racing, then just jump. As you get older, you get wiser and get on the three wheels, you know. A
lot of solo riders actually end up racing the chairs, don't they?
Yeah, they seem to, yeah. It's I think as long as you call it fun, I think that's the best way of looking at it. Go out there and enjoy yourself. I think that's what it's all about. We all want to win. If you don't, so what? There's always another meeting.
Now, you've been very busy this year with Grasstracks and Sidecar Speedway, but I did hear a rumour that you were thinking about packing up the Sidecar Speedway and concentrating on the grass. Was that right?
Well, we're still thinking about that lines at the moment. I really want to have one more last season, and you can actually say I've nearly done 40 years of motorbike racing then, and I think that'd be enough time, but we'll see about the Speedway. We've got to think about it.
There's a lot of older riders, drivers and passengers racing. Why are you thinking about retiring in a year's time?
I want to do something else. There's lots of things I want to do yet, and I've been doing this all my life sort of thing, and there are other things besides this.
What, with bikes or something else altogether?
Totally something out of the unordinary.
Well, then what are you going to do?
No, I'm not referring.
No exclusive. No
exclusives, nothing. No, not at all.
Does your brother still watch racing?
I've no idea. I haven't spoken to my brother for about 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, we don't really hit eye to eye.
Well, we'll get off that subject then.
Right away from that.
So now you usually do very well at the Danebury meetings, but got a few fast boys here today. Either going to be a threat to you?
Well, everybody's a threat. All you got to do is have what shall we say, a drop of chain, puncher, you're at the final.
Have you been out to practice yet?
No, not yet. I'm still waiting for Simon. I think he's still having breakfast.
Oh, he's not here yet?
No.
Oh, right.
Mustn't rush him.
Well, we look forward to the green and black on the track.
We'll give it a go.
Well done. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
We're now going to talk to Andrew Appleton, who's a late entry, and it's good to see you down here. You could almost cycle here, couldn't you? Must be quite close to your home, really. Yeah. 3/4 an hour?
Yeah, it's about that. I just found out that it was on because Graham Pike is riding, and I'm pretty good friends with him. And he said, you know, there might be some spaces left, so I thought I'd come and have a play.
Well, the way your bike was going the other night when you come second in the Baz's 25th anniversary as a testimonial there at Somerset Speedway, you should be quite one of the favourites today, I would have thought.
Well, I don't know. I just come here for a bit of fun today and do a little bit of testing. They've put on a really good track today, and all credit to them for that. So I'm just here to enjoy myself and test a few things out for next year.
Have you been here? Have you been out on the track yet?
Yeah, I've been out twice. I'm going to go out in a minute again. So
fantastic.
Yeah, enjoying it. Yeah.
Well, let's talk of the Intercentre Championships being held here next year. So
right.
So they're actually sort of moving up into the national status meetings. So that's good for the future.
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah, it's when I was a kid, I always used to put on some really big meetings, and it's a shame that it's deteriorated a bit from that. And it'd be good to get some good names back into the sport and into the centred championships like that. Yeah, so it's, as I say, it's just a bit of fun, and with the entry they got here, it's just fantastic.
Brilliant. Now you have such a busy life, what with Grasstrack, long track, Speedway with Reading. What do you do in the winter months? And do you work or just relax, go abroad?
Depends how the season's been.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I generally just try and keep as fit as I can, work on my fitness, and work on the bikes all winter, trying to get them ready for the next season. in tip-top shape, because as I say, when the season starts, then there's no time for anything else. So we can't afford to have any breakdowns or mechanical failures. So it's just basically keeping on top of everything.
Now, you got 6th last year in the long track championship. Was it 7th or 6th this year?
It was actually 9th. But
was it? You actually dropped a couple of places because you were holding 7th.
Yeah, I had a really bad round at Parkham. The spark plug snapped in the B final on the start line, so I dropped a load of places there and just couldn't get it back at Morizet in the last round. But I upped my game on the European Championships, finished 3rd this year rather than 6th last year, so that was really pleasing for me. And we're just, as I say, we're going to work hard for the World Championships next year.
So you're going to be going for the World Championships, the European Championships,
British
Grasstrack,
Masters,
Speedway with Reading again?
Who knows? I think every spear rider's in the same position. No one knows what the rules are going to be next year, and no one knows what teams want who. So it's just an open minefield, really. If Reading want me back, then I'll be happy to do it. But if they don't, then I have to see if there's another club, or if not, just pack in Speedway next year and just concentrate on this full time. You
haven't thought about Sweden or Germany or Denmark, some of the other leagues?
Yeah, there's actually a Swedish club that's interested in me at the moment. I'm meeting him next week at Peterborough in that open meeting up there, so I'll have a chat with him about that. But
sounds very promising.
Yeah, I'd done it a couple of years ago. It was really hard. I didn't have a mechanic over there or anything. It was quite a hard deal. But if it happens again this year, then things will have to be a bit sorted out better. But it's an idea.
Well, it's brilliant to see you here supporting some of the smaller meetings. So well done, and we look forward to seeing you on the racetrack.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. We're now going to speak to the reigning Southern Centre 250 champion, Leigh Pitman. And Leigh, it's good to see you back on 250s. I presume you are, because there's no 500 here, and I prefer to see you on 250s.
No, I had a bit of an accident a couple of weeks ago at Bridgewater, so we haven't really got it back together, and it's my last meeting this year, so we'll just stick with the 250 for today.
Well, I was hoping that you were going to be on the 250s that day, because it was going to be a big clash there with the other riders that were there, and you came out on your 500. I think you only had one ride on the 250 towards the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. I thought, because we tried some stuff, so we wanted to make sure it was all okay for Winchester last week, and we thought we'd just give it like one race and see how it goes. But yeah, went really well in that one race, won for quite a bit, so I was happy with that.
How do you find the difference? I mean, not many riders ride 250s and 500s. What's the sort of main difference as a rider then, going out on a 250, like 2-stroke, and then onto the 4-stroke 500?
Well, I think it's the power more than anything. The 500 is a lot more smoother, easier to ride than the 250. You've got to be a lot more committed. It's a lot more difficult to ride, so it can be a bit scary at times. But yeah, the 500 is good. I like riding that.
The progress you've made on the 250 over the last couple of years is absolutely terrific. When I see you go out on the 500, I think, well, why ain't he on his 250?
No, I didn't do too well last year. I was sort of messing about with tyres and stuff too much, but this year I'm really happy how well I've been doing. But it's pity it's the end of the season.
I see you've got 2 here as well, so you always carry a spare, do you? Bring a spare bike?
Yeah, I bought the Yamaha. I got new a couple of years ago, so the other one's just made up my old bike and all the bits and pieces we had. So hopefully we don't use it too much, because that means the other one's broken.
And what happened to your 500 then, at Bridgewater? What happened to the actual bike?
Cracked a diamond in the front and back mudguard and handlebars and stuff like that. So,
a lot of work to do now.
Yeah, a lot of money. So spending some money over the winter.
And you're back for another season, obviously, based on what you just said?
Yeah, definitely. All on 250 again.
Any more rides after today?
No, that's it today. Obviously, I've got a lot of work commitments, so that's going to be it for me now, unfortunately.
You're not doing Wyvern?
No, so I've had to chop and change in my call at work, so I mean, I can't do it all, unfortunately.
So we look forward to seeing you next year on the racetrack, but most importantly, who's your opposition today? Who's the main opposition in the 250s?
I think James Childe there today, Steve Leigh, and Dan Chamberlain. I think they're all pretty, Barry Bates, all pretty good. So
we should see some
hard, yeah.
Great race action.
Yeah, that's right. It should be good. Big fast track. So yeah.
Fantastic. You've been out for practice yet?
Once, yeah.
What do you think?
It's okay. It's a bit slippery at the moment, but when it ruts out a bit, I think it'll be really good, really fast.
Fabulous. What we'll see you on the racetrack.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks very much. Cheers. I've got with me now Ivor Matthews and Dave Williams, who are racing here today. And Ivor, you haven't got Mick Stace with you. It's in the programme as Mick Stace, but is he a bit knocked about from the crash the other day at Speedway, or?
No, he's just he's a self-employed builder, and just got too much work on. So he's not done a few of the smaller meetings lately, just try and catch up really.
Well, the last I saw of you, you were dominating things at Swindon Speedway last Sunday, but since then you've had a bit of a bump, I believe, wasn't it? Some mechanical problem on the island on Tuesday?
Yeah, the thread stripped on the rear spindle on the Speedway bike, and we stopped fairly sharpish. And unfortunately, Roger Wynne couldn't avoid us and ploughed into us. We'd stopped. We were stationary at the time, and the bike had turned right round. So I was literally. It was a head-on collision. I think must be one of the few people on the Speedway ever to have a head-on collision. And we were stationary, and there's nothing Roger could do. And fortunately, the worst of it is Roger's broken his wrist.
Really?
But it could have been. Having watched the video, it could have been a lot worse.
So you've just battered and bruised, are you?
Yeah, just a bit of a knockabout on my right shin really. Apart from that's it. I mean, we raced afterwards. We borrowed Gary's bike and went in the final, so we were fit enough to ride again.
Now the final, what actually happened? Because there was no runoff. I see that you're sharing the title, isn't it?
Well, we were already running late. The meeting was running late because there'd been 2 or 3 incidents, and then in the final there was another one, so they just declared the result of the final because I think Paul Bickley had gone over the last lap flag. And because they'd run out of time, they just decided to share the title, so to speak. But I mean, the runoff wouldn't have been probably very fair on me anyway, because I'd have been on a third bike, another strange one. And if you're going to have a runoff for a title, you'd like to do it on your own bike, obviously.
All right. So disappointed or happy you're sharing it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Matt, it's been very close all year. Matt has the right to go to Australia to say he's the British champion, and I have the right to say I've retained it. I mean, clearly we'd both like to have won it outright. But it has been so close all year.
Yes, it has, because I mean, there's been 2 points between you a lot of the time.
I don't think anybody would have predicted at the beginning of the year that you'd have ended up with a split result.
No,
so,
that's right.
I'll just have to beat him next year.
Great series, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I mean, the last meeting was a little bit disappointing compared to some of the others, but no, overall it's been very good.
Well, all credit to you for turning out today battered and bruised to race here at Danebury.
No, it's not that bad. different bikes.
Now you've got a different passenger here, Dave Williams. Dave, I don't know too much about you. Tell me a little bit about you then. You've chaired for a few people by the sound of it, off screen.
Yeah, this is my 4th year on the grass. I've ridden for Steve Smith for most of the time, but not the famous Steve Smith, it's Steve 121 Smith. This year, pretty much taking a year off from the grass, doing full-time speedway with Rob King, but was trying to do a bit of a venture onto the road this year, doing a bit of road racing.
I recognise your name now, of course, Rob King and Dave Williams, yes. I've announced it enough.
But Ivor and I live pretty close together, and a couple of years ago I jokingly said to him if he was ever stuck to give me a ring, and he's never managed to find the right opportunity, and right out of the blue last Sunday at Swindon he said, do you want to race here at Danebury? So I thought my season would be over by now. Tuesday I thought was going to be my last meeting, but so I got one to look forward to with Ivor today.
You've been out practicing.
Yeah.
What was it like, say, on the back of Ivor compared with some of the other drivers you've been with?
Well, it's a bit hard to tell actually. I was quite nervous going out because Ivor's probably one of the quickest guys I've raced with. I've done one meeting with John Horsey and one with Paul Whiteland previously, but you always want to try and do your best for somebody like Ivor, particularly as he's defending this title. But we had a couple of problems out there. We lost the chain in the end, so I've only managed to do about 3 corners so far.
You going back out?
Yeah, we're going to try and get back out now, yeah.
Yeah, because we got 20 minutes, so you'll be all right.
Okay, good.
So good luck to you both. We'll see you on the racetrack.
Cheers.
Thank you. Well, we now move back to another solo rider, and this one's from the Forest of Dean in Gloucestershire, Barry Powell, going very quickly these days on the 350, having a good season.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We've just basically brought another engine, and it's actually the long stroke 350, where I've always been on the short stroke 350, so it's sort of suited my riding style a little bit better to be on the long stroke, so yeah, it's going pretty well at the moment.
Tell us the difference then, to anybody watching this who doesn't know the difference there. I'm not too much on the mechanical side, so how would that make a difference to ride?
Well, basically what it is, a short stroke always basically picks up quicker. With a long stroke, you've got to sort of keep the motor sort of going and buzzing. Otherwise, if you don't, then what it does, it just slows down totally, and it takes quite a while to pick back up, you see. So it seems to suit my riding style better to ride the long stroke than what it does the short stroke. So
what do most of the top riders use?
All long strokes.
All long strokes, so...
Yeah, I mean, Neil Taylor has just come back out on a short stroke just to try something out, but he's even turned around and said, he prefers a long stroke, especially on the big tracks, because they're so much quicker, so perhaps that's where I've been lagging behind.
Are you going to stay with the 350s over the coming years, or going to graduate to 500s or drop to 250s?
I would like to go on to a 500, but I'm just sort of getting my head around the 350s now, and I've had a good season, so I just want to sort of like concentrate on the 350s for next year and have a good go at that, and then perhaps the year after go on to a 500 or something. So
Don't none of the rest of the family want to race again?
yeah, it's funny you should say that.
Dad's smiling. Dad's smiling.
Yeah, sorry. One's coming out on the 30th for that pairs meeting. My brother Paul, my oldest one, he's actually riding my second bike, and we're doing the 350s together. So he wants to come back out, and my younger brother John, he wants to come back out as well. So yeah, I think the next year or so, I think because
What about the old man?
yeah, he wants to come back out because he's hoping Paul will ride this on the 30th. He's hoping to have a bit of a go with me, like so.
Brilliant. Good to see. Good to see all the. He wants some money. So you're going to appeal for a sponsor, are you? Oh, Bob's Videos. He's rich. They might sponsor you.
Yeah, it does get a bit expensive because it's all out of our own pocket. We haven't got no sponsors or nothing. So, but I mean, I like Grasstrack. I've been doing it for fun. That's all I do it for. So, but it's just like the last couple of seasons I got quite competitive. So, it would be nice to have a sponsor, but I just enjoy doing it. It's great. The sport is.
Who's your main opposition today?
To be quite honest, I don't know. I don't even look in the programmes. I just go out there and race, and wherever I finish, I finish. So I just enjoy racing. I don't bother looking who's here, who's not. So.
Is it just the 350s, or are you doing an unlimited event at all today?
No, just the 350s today. Yeah, because it's got three Ryhs plus a final, so that's enough tonight.
Brilliant. We'll see you there on the racetrack, and hopefully in the final.
Yep. Cheers.
Thanks, Barry. Well, we've seen some of the solo competitors and sidecar competitors, but those were the 1000cc sidecars. We've now got the 500 sidecars, Barry and Adrian. Have I pronounced that right? Well, that's as good as we can get it with my West Country accent. Welcome down here to Hampshire. You're going well at the moment.
Yeah, getting better towards the end of the season. Me and Ivan's teamed up this year, and it's been his first year. He'd never been involved in Grasstrack before, so yeah, things are coming good and well presented down here. Nice to turn up at an event that's well presented and nice track to race on. Yeah,
they've had 3 meetings here, counting this one, or 2 before this one, and they've all been absolutely excellent. So it's good that you said that, because I haven't seen much of the practice. I've been around the pits here, but that's great. Now, you come from another bike background, or where have you come from motocross or anything?
Well, I've been in the enduro side of it, but mainly I was a spanner man. But obviously when I left school I was a 2-stroke mechanic basically, so I've always had a big interest in speed basically. So.
And how have you found this first year?
Different. Really enjoying it. And me and Barry seem to get on well together, and things are starting to fall into place, which makes it easier for both of us really.
Now you have a lot of travelling, because there's not much 500 sidecar racing up your way, that's for sure. They did start for a while, but it seems to have dropped off completely, hasn't it?
Yeah, like I say, mid Wales, we're right out of it there really. We're sort of travelling south every weekend sort of thing. So yeah, we're trying to get things back together around there. A guy up our way called Mike Kilvert that was actively involved with the Grasstrack side of things when there was Leighton Laser and that type of thing, and hopefully let's see what 12 months will do and see whether we can get something back there,
There was always a showground meeting, Llanfellin, is it? Have I pronounced that right?
Yeah, Llanfothlin. Yeah.
I said that wrong, didn't I?
yeah. We had all the showground meetings around there, Montgomery show, that type of thing, but I don't know what's happened there, whether it's insurances and that type of thing, I don't know, but...
Same's happened in Herefordshire as well.
Yeah, I think so, Much Marple's show and all that, but yeah, let's hopefully we can get something back there, and even if it's small time, something in the next sort of 12 months, we'll see what happens.
So do you race on the continent as well?
We've done 2 this year, because we did the European Semi, which was out in Germany, and also we've done the Masters Sidecar in Enram, which was a big eye-opener to Ivan, because his first year really on the continent, which is quite a big step.
Fantastic. What did you think?
Oh, excellent. Really, really good. The people over there, they just treat you so good. You know what I mean? So you travel all that way, and to go over there and enjoy it as well, it was great.
Brilliant. So, and many more meetings this year?
Yeah, we've got about another, including this one, probably about 4. We're hoping to do a bit of something on Milden Hall Speedway with Gary Southgate's connections there. So
busy time still.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's a long winter, isn't it? So let's see what we can do.
That's right. Have a great day, and see you on the racetrack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers now. Cheers, Bob.
And here they are, so show your appreciation, everybody. Stephen Gale, number 83, leading the way, followed by Adrian Cutler and son Dean just behind. Show your appreciation. Come on, everybody. Then we got 240, 59 from the Channel Islands. Oh, he's a long distance traveller. We've got 146 Leigh Hopkins, 24 going by Adam Filmer, Phil Spencer. Well, of course, we got so many riders coming by. Kevin Akers, Dave Abbott coming by. To the stalwarts of the Swindon Club, Kevin, Mike Peters, James Peters, and good to see him there, Daniel Winterton, coming all the way down from Cheshire. He's an addition to the programme, the Reading Southern Centre champion, David Durham. We've got Norman Hornblower. Obviously going to miss a few here. We got Brian Winch, number 68, going by, 168 I should say. Going there on number 71 fight, that's Jack Meredith just going up the hill. And they all three past Rob Snow, Clayton Chubb. There's a name for the pass, Paul Pinfold. That's Paul Pinfold Jr. going up the hill. And number 60, Simon Kilhue from the Channel Islands. Steve Dowling here in front of us. Dave Hammond. Also Andrew Appleton. Good to see Andrew here. He's addition to the programme. 350 Southern Centre champion Richard Harvard. We got Nick Beasley, 103. Anthony Curnock, Rocket Rod Melksham there. Kevin Beer, Mike Gosling. Hello, Michael. Ian Warner, James Charles, he's another addition to the programme. Then we've got 13. And 147 coming up the hill, that's T. Crawford. Who's P? What's his first name for? Oh, we got 41 and 30. Coming up the hill as well, so basically a whole host of riders. It was a job to get all them as they came by, wasn't it? But not very often we see every single rider out on the racetrack, and that's just the solos coming around. John Shanes, you got left behind there, John. What happened to you? There's John Shanes, number 193, going up the hill, and Teri Massingham, young lady rider. Now we got the quads. Now I can tell you this is a round of the British Oval Quad Championship today, round 5. Number 17 Andy Butler leads up the hill, followed by number 1 Al Hazelwood. 12 is Richard Boyer. Number 2 Adrian Smith. Adrian's actually the leader in the championship. Leigh Hazelwood, number 1, is second in the championship. There's the young lady who did so well last year. That's Number 3, Jane Roberts. I've just been told that I think there's some of the numbers on their racing bibs are different to what's on their numbers. That'd be interesting with the quads. Right, here we have the Sidecars now. And well, we haven't got quite so many of them coming up. So Lester Page, Paddy Monk, one of the early ones there going up the hill. Also 306, Mark Warren, Martin Smith. Number 11 in the quads going up the hill, that's Rob Rahoney. He's a regular on the grass riding on quads. Oh, Rick McAuley. Hello, Rick. Phil Stoneman here. Phil's going to be a busy day today because he's also going to be cheering for Tony Cook. 375 there, Pete Shaw and Mike Stoneman. Then we got the Cornish man, Darren Wilce and Gareth Bemister. 124, Mark Heatley and Martin Davis. They come by us. Number 37 going up the hill. That's Mark Cosser and Carl Pugh. Mark's been going well on the Sidecars Speedway this year. Number 16, Rob King and Wayne Reed in the chair. This should be fun. Good luck, Wayne. Phil Sims there from Cornwall with the Cornish flag. Phil Sims there. And Ivor Matthews with Dave Williams. Ivor Fresh, he's retained his title. And Tony Cook. Tony, of course, with Gary Southgate there. Gary's not actually going to be chairing him because Phil Stoneman will be. These are the 500 sidecars, of course, coming up the hill now. And, what you've got left behind. And Wayne Westerway in the chair there for Mark Corney, but of course Wayne will be doing the racing. And here's Mike Reed. What's these on scenes? I'm surprised at you, young lady. Their daughter was making of St. Andy with John Hiscock. So number 6 coming up the hill, 500 Sidecars. We got the 1000s and the 500s all mixed up now, but Keith Richards there also coming up the hill as well. So show your appreciation, everybody, especially at the top there as well as they come around. And we'll be straight on with the racing very, very shortly. The 250cc class last year is won by Steve Leigh with Dave Hammond in second place, Charlie Patterson third, Simon Gale fourth, and Paul Fordham fifth. That's how they finished last year. Where we go, race number 1, James Powell, lead us to James Childe then getting away here from Leigh Pitman. So James Childe it is from Leigh Pitman. Leigh Pitman, the reigning Southern Standard 250cc champion. And we've got Russell Little. We don't have a 191 in the program, we've got a 91, so I presume this is Russell Little. But look at the front two going, they're really motoring on here. And Leigh Pitman's trying everything he possibly can to catch the flying James Childe. Not succeeding at this moment in time. Still Russell Little there, Barry Bates is next. Then number 4, Frank Yates, the veteran Frank Yates. And there's Dave Abbott also in there, head of Paul Pinfold. Yes, the son of the great rider, as I mentioned just now. So over the line they go, and it is James Childe who wins from Leigh Pitman. .41 and 88. Of race number 1, a win for number 91, James Childe. In second place, 201, Leigh Pitman. Third place, we've got 91 in the program, which is Russell Little. There was a 191 out there, but so we presume that's Russell. In fourth place, number 41. That was Frank Yates. Fifth was number 88, Barry Bates. Sixth place, number 62, Dave Abbott. Seventh, number 63, Paul Pinfold. Eighth is number 54, Ben Ilsley. And in ninth place, number 931, Jamie Vine. The winning time, 1 minute 39.25. 1 minute 39.25. The numbers are 97, 201, 191, 41, 88, 62, 63, 54, and 931. We now move on to race number 2, the 350s. One edition, Mike Golding, number 24. That Basil March is also now a non-starter, and we've just seen Simon Wall, he's just come up, hence the delay there. It tells me he's got a broken scaphold, but he's still racing today. Broken into the sidecar meter. Mike Peters is Paul Derrick, and Barry Powell in that order. Barry Powell and Paul Derrick side by side. The man from the Forest of Dean there, getting the better of the Bristol rider, but it's Mike Peters who leads down the hill, looking very, very impressive here in his first race of the afternoon. So Mike Peters from Barry Powell, then Paul Derrick, then it's Graham Pike, behind them Dick Beasley, then it's Mike Golding. Followed by 84 84 and 70. 84 Gordon Walker and 70 Tony Bishop. And look at Barry Powell as he comes round. Mike Peters to start the last lap. Flag goes out. Barry Powell in on that very, very quick 350cc. There's just overhauled though Paul Derrick and Mike Peters, and he's already pulling away. What a ride this is for Barry as he comes down towards the paddock turns. Checker flag goes out, and it's a win for Barry Powell, number 82, followed by Mike Peters. Then we have Paul Derrick, followed by Graham Pike, Nick Beasley, Gordon Walker was next, and then Mike Goldring, number 24 in 7th place, and coming around for 8th place, number 70, Tony Bishop. A win for number 82, and that was Barry Powell from the Forest of Dean. In 2nd place, number 37, Mike Peters. 3rd, 117, Paul Derrick. 4th, number 7, Graham Pike. 5th, number 103, Nick Beasley. In 6th place, number 84, Gordon Walker. 7th, number 24, Mike Gosling. 8th, number 70, Tony Bishop. Winning time, 1 minute 37.84. 1 minute 37.84. Up the hill they come. The start for number 8, Rhys Welding. Good to see him here from the eastern centre. Don't see him down in the southern centre very often. Rhys Welding then ahead of Teri Massingham, the young lady there. Not a good start. About to come under pressure though, but at the moment it's Rhys Welding who leads. So Rhys Welding for Teri Massingham, then Richard Harbour, followed by John James, then Anthony Curnock, then it's Kevin Akers. And there's the name for the past, started racing back in the 1960s, that's Basil March, still wearing the same black leathers. Well, Rhys Welding dominating this race. Teri's still doing well. Anthony Curnock got the better of John Shanes, now he gets the better of Richard Harbour. Richard Harbour is the reigning Southern Centre 350 champion, and John Shanes the reigning Southwestern 350cc champion. But they've already been overhauled there by Anthony Curnock. Rhys Welding starts his final lap, and looks like Basil March is going to have a rocket go by very shortly. Teri Massingham now being faced by Anthony Curnock. John Shanes getting the better of Richard Harbour. And oh dear, Kevin Akers' machine there, misfiring badly as he goes up the hill. So Rhys Welding takes the checker flag. Basil's a lap down. Teri Massingham gets second, Anthony Curnock third, John Shanes fourth, Richard Harbour gets 5th place. 6th place will go to Kevin Akers, and Basil March is 7th. A win for number 8, Rhys Welding. In 2nd place, 213, Teri Massingham. 3rd, 239, Anthony Curnock. In 4th place, 193, John Shanes. 5th, number 28, Richard Harbour. In 6th place, 181, Kevin Akers. And 7th, 174, Basil March. Winning time, 1 minute 35.70. 1 minute 35.70. Slightly quicker there than Barry Powell's time in his previous race. You'll note in your programme. Right, we now move on to the 500cc. This is race 4. We should have the 152 Elvis Vale going in this one. Basil Marks is a non-starter, I believe, in this. Well, we think this bounder might be a non-starter in the 500 sidecars, but it means he's to be straight back out as he raced in the last race. On the outside is number 26, get an absolute flyer. That's Mark Giles. Great to see him up from the southeastern centre here in the southern centre, and already pulling out a lead. Now, of course, it's important for all the riders to win these heats because there's money on every heat. Heat win, that is. Mark Giles, Anthony Bougourd moves up into second place. Then Adam Filmer. Adam, I think, has been doing a bit of speedway as well this year, but at the moment, and dominating this particular race is Mark Giles. And started to pull away. Mark Giles then up the hill. Number 24, Adam Filmer on the inside of Anthony Bougourd. Anthony Bougourd fights back. On to his final lap goes Mark Giles, Adam Filmer. Number 13 moving up, that's Rob Wilce. Rob Wilce comes on the inside of Anthony Bougourd. Anthony Bougourd fights back, goes back up into third place. Number 24 going by, well, you got 224s in there. 152. Tremendous racing for second place, but no disputing the winner there. The result of race number 4, a win for number 26, Mark Giles. Second place, number 24, Adam Filmer. Third was number 13, Rob Watts. Fourth, number 2, Anthony Bougourd. Fifth, 240, David Trickey. In sixth place, number 152, Elvis Vale. In seventh place, number 30, Simon Gale. Eighth, number 32, Neil Warner. And in ninth place, number 21, Mervyn Medlin. Winning time, 1 minute 31.44 as the pace hops up 1 minute 31.44. The numbers were 26, 24, 13, 2, 240, 152, 30, 32, and at number 21. After race 4 finished with the programme, here's race number 5, same with the 500 solo. Appleton and Daniel Winchester in the first, but Leighton Chubb also getting a very quick start. Tucking in behind them there, but losing ground as they go in that first corner. But this is interesting because Andrew Appleton, of course, we know, one of the top grass trackers and long trackers in the world now, and he's obviously to be the one to beat today. Andrew Appleton is from Daniel Winchester. Daniel's not letting him get away. David Durham comes up into third place now. David is the reigning 500cc Southern Centre champion. And Shane Hooper is the exciting youngster chasing them in fourth place at the moment. But what about this? Reading Speedway, and one of the top riders. He's in the top 10 in the long track this year. He's 9th in the World Championship. Last year 6th in the World Championship. 3rd in the European Championship as well. So we got one of the superstars of Grasstrack here, and it's Andrew Appleton just showing us what a master he is as he starts his final lap. So number 4, Andrew Appleton goes up the hill from Daniel Winterton in second place. David Durham in third. Shane Hooper in fourth. Then number 36, Rory DeVille, followed by Rocket Rod Melksham. Then number 35, the fast starting Clayton Chubb. Followed by Bill Cohue from the Channel Islands, James Peters, Richard Cooper, and Kieran Davison. But Andrew Appleton's there, and he takes the checkered flag ahead of Daniel Winterton and David Durham. Race number 5, the 500 solos, a win for number 4, Andrew Appleton. Second, number 12, Daniel Winterton. Third, number 47, David Durham. Fourth, number 55, Shane Hooper. Fifth, number 36, Rory Cavill. In sixth place, number 91, Rob Melksham. Seventh, number 35, Clayton Chubb. 8:59, Bill Cohue. 9th, 45, James Peters. 10th, number 37, Richard Cooper. And 11th place, 53, Kieran Davison. Winning time, 1 minute 28.99. 1 minute 28.99. Those numbers were 4, 12, 47, 55, 36, 91, 35, 59, 45, 37 and 53. Your program should be up to date. That's the first 5 races. On we go to race 6. We stay with the 500. On the outside, Steve Leigh gets a good start. Sweeps right around the outside of Southern Cohue for the Channel Islands. And it's Steve Leigh, of course. Steve did well here last year, winning the 250 event last year. Last year's 500 winner was Anthony Bougourd, by the way. So, Steve Leigh, followed by Simon Cohue. Then it's Paul Derrick. Behind Paul Derrick, Adrian Cutler. The man in green and black there. But up front, the battle's still raging here because Steve Leigh is only just ahead. Simon Cohue challenging. So these two have pulled out quite a lead now over Paul Derrick. Then Adrian Cutler. Then Tony Bishop. Behind Tony Bishop, number 83, Stephen Gale. But the front two have pulled out a massive lead on the others. But at that moment, Simon Cohue could do nothing at all about Steve Leigh. Steve Leigh seems to have got this one sorted out. Paul Derrick in a lonely third place, followed by Adrian Cutler. So the winner, Steve Leigh from Simon Cohue. Result of race number 6, the win for 93, Steve Leigh. In second place, number 60, Simon Cohue. Third, 117, Paul Derrick. Fourth, number 83, Stephen Gale. Fifth, number 70, Tony Bishop. Sixth, number 68, Ian Warner. And seventh, 86, Vaughan Pratt. Winning time, 1 minute 38.72. 1 minute 38.72. Over the page we go. And we stay with the 500 solos into the fourth leg. Fourth heat, I should say. First leg. Cutler leads up the hill, and that's Ed Rowlands, the veteran there, chasing him at the moment. Dean Cutler, the son of Adrian Cutler. So 180, Dean Cutler is the rider out in front. Les Rowlands has been racing a number of years, rode Southern Track Speedway, still I think does do Southern Track Speedway riders meetings, also raced in the Golden Oldie meetings on the continent, and he's putting Dean Cutler under pressure. Goes through. So Les Rowlands, ahead of Dean Cutler. Then 146, Lee Hopkins, followed by 147. I've only got P. Crawford, I'm not sure of his first name. If anybody knows, let me know. Les Rowland's also had a bit of speedway experience in the odd another meeting as well, set off to on a few other tracks. Cutler looks at his back wheel, he's going to try and fight back. But it's between these two. Oh, somebody says to call him Primrose. I don't know whether that's right or not, or whether I've been had here. There's Rowlands then wins from Dean Cutler. Then number 146, Leigh Hopkins. And I've just been told his name's Primrose Crawford, but that can't be right, can it? 6-2, Les Rowland. Second place, number 180, Dean Cutler. Third, 146, Leigh Hopkins. And fourth, 147. I can't call him Primrose Crawford, can I? Mr. P. Crawford. Winning time, 1 minute 51.38. 1 minute 51.38. In the yellow and black there. Paul Oughton, of course, former rider, also rode down at Extra Speedway a few years ago. These days concentrates as commercial manager for Somerset and Extra Speedways. And it's Paul Oughton who leads. Paul Oughton then. Number 186 from Tim Curnock, then Andy Carfield. Followed by 811 Dave Cleo. Tim Curnock tight on the inside of Paul Oughton. And Andy Carfield being chased by Dave Cleo. Then Phil Spencer. Then it's Steve Dowling. You may remember him with the Dowling name, of course. That's the father of Mike and Billy Dowling. Billy, a former 250 Southern Centre champion from the 1980s. But up front, the battle is raging here as they come on to start their final lap. Paul Oughton just holding off Tim Curnock. Tim, winner down at Wages meeting, double winner a few weeks ago in September. But Paul Oughton holding him back. Tim Curnock lines up, Paul Oughton goes wide. Side by side as they come into the pit turns. Paul Oughton's left a massive gap. Tim Curnock's come into that gap. They're side by side as they come towards that checkered flag. It could be anybody's race here. As they go over the line, it's Tim Curnock. Tremendous race action. Race 8, and a win for number 726, Tim Curnock. In second place, number 186, Paul Oughton. Third, 606, Andy Carfield. Fourth, 811, Dave Cleo. Fifth, 921, Phil Spencer. Sixth, number 280, Steve Dowling. Seventh, 189, Rob Snow. And in eighth place, number 51, Kevin Beer. Winning time, 1 minute 39.13. 1 minute 39.13. So 500 Sidecars is next. This is race number 9. Number 10 who goes up the lead. Now Tony Cook has got Phil Stoneman as his passenger in the chair. Now of course Phil Stoneman, a regular passenger with Rick McAuley. And Tony Cook looking very impressive, the reigning one half of the British best pairs, Grasstrack champions. So Tony Cook, followed by 657. 6 is Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. And then, of course, we have 57, Mike Reed and James Benfield in the chair. So those three, we only got three out there because we've lost one. Barry Bennett's the one we've lost, Efren Hughes, the addition of the programme, they're wheeling back towards the Abbott. So Tony Cook, John Chick, and then Mike Reed, that's the order at the moment. Mike Reed is the South Midland Centre champions, reigning champions, won that earlier this season. They've also won in the past South West, the Southern and the South Eastern titles. But at the moment they're holding third place. Well, Tony Cook dominated this one. So, 10, 6 and 57 was how they finished in race 9. The results of race number 9, and we've number 10, Tony Cook, and Phil Stoneman. In second place, number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. And in third place, number 57, Mike Reed and James Benfield. Winning time, 1 minute 40.64, 1 minute 40.64. Right, where we go then. Just 3 outfits only. Keith Richards gets a good start. There's Rob Wright also there as well. Keith Richards very much a veteran these days. Used to race solos. Even used to ride Ray Lambort's Rudge in vintage events 20 years ago. Former Southern and also 365 scrambles as well. The other one there is Michael Stoughton, Shane Blackburn. They trailed off in the third place. Of course, if only 6 outfits do end up running, they will be able to put them all in one race, but at the moment, of course, with 7, they have to go in 2 different races at the moment, even though one of them broke down in the first race. But the officials have to abide by the rules, so hence the reason this is a very depleted looking field. So, heading towards the checkered flag, Keith Richards. Keith Richards and Adam Young then take victory from Rob Wright. And Martin Boyd. Martin Boyd's the chairman today, in place of Neil Bundy. Keith Richards and Adam Young. Second place, number 33, Rob Wright and Martin Boyd. And third, number 47, Michael Stoughton, Shane Blackburn. And winning time again, 1 minute 46.20. On the commentary, from the commentary box, you'll see on the gentleman on the scaffolding, that's Bob Ruffle from Kent. And Bob is actually filming the event today. And so, like official copy, that's the man to see. And his family behind with the marquee. And away we go into that first race. Now, Ivan Matthews didn't get a good start, but just look at him go into that top turn, sweeping right around the outside, and beautiful move there, but no, he didn't get by. Now he switches to the inside. Inside now, and Lee Jones and Matt Winch, what a start they made over Ivan Matthews. But it's Ivor Matthews then who leads. And our initial leader dropping back now as Ivor starts to dominate. Former Masters champion. So Ivor Matthews, Dave Williamson leads from number 3, Leigh Jones and Matt Winch. And in the corner, Phil Sims with Mark Truscott in the chair. They've come all the way from Fradden, which is just outside Newquay. And the regulars riding in the southern and southwestern centres as well as down in their Cornwall centre. One lap to go. No change, our fast starters in second place. The only other ones going around are number 38, Simon and Mike Elliott. So, victory there for Ivor Matthews and Dave Williams. Right, let's give you the result of race number 11. Number 15 was the winner, Ivor Matthews and Dave Williams. Ivor Matthews and Dave Williams, number 15, the winners. In second place, number 3, Leigh Jones and Matt Winch. Third place went to number 8, Phil Sims and Mark Truscott. And fourth place, number 38, Simon and Mike Elliott. There was no race time. The Gremlins got in the clock this time around, so no race time. On we go then with the race number 12, Rick McAuley it is, and Phil Stoneman. We've seen Phil out with Tony Cook earlier on. Here he is on the back of his normal driver, Rick McAuley. Up in the second place goes number 81, John Stafford and Derek Page. They've come quite a way, long way down from the East Coast. John Stafford, in fact, finished 4th last year in the right-hand sidecars. Last year's winners were Ivor Matthews with John Hiscock 2nd, James Rogers 3rd, and John Stafford 4th last year. Rick McAuley doing well in this one ahead of John Stafford. Then Darren Wilce from Cornwall. And then number 16, Rob King. We see a lot of Rob King on the Sidecar Speedway these days. Lester Page is the other one, number 52. But Rick McAuley, son of Ian McAuley, another famous racer from the past who retired, 18 months ago now. And Rick McAuley, his final lap. Still John Stafford here in second place. Darren Wilce in 3rd. Here's colourful Rob King. Rob has been contesting the British Sidecar Speedway Championship with Dave Williams this year. So the checkered flag holds next to number 51. Rick McAuley and Phil Stoneman. John Stafford and Derek Page gets second place. The result, a win for number 51, Rick McAuley and Phil Stoneman. In second place, number 81, John Stafford and Derek Page. In third place, number 30, Darren Wilce and Gareth Bemister. In fourth place, it was number 16, Rob King with Wayne Reed in the chair. And in fifth place, number 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. Winning time, 1 minute 26.77. 1 minute 26.77.
There they come picking up all of
Wayne Westaway gets a good start there, coming up the inside. And John Hiscock back in third place at the moment. But Wayne Westaway looking very impressive, keeps it tight as he comes off that corner. 7 as the open right there with him. That's Mark Cutler and Carl Pugh. And Mark is a driver to watch out for the future. He's doing a young driver. Just look at this as he comes up the inside of Wayne Westaway. A tremendous stuff. Because Mark has been concentrating on the Sidecars Speedway this year, but look at him go as he comes round towards us. Number 37, Mark Cossar, Carl Pugh then lead from Wayne Westaway. Right on the inside, there's John Hiscock, being taken back in third place. These three have broken away from Pete Shaw. But Wayne Westaway's got back in front. Mark Cossar now coming under pressure, and John Hiscock as John goes by on the outside. Tremendous racing. Mark Cossar tries to get back at the inside, but he doesn't succeed. So Wayne Westaway it is who leads down the hill from John Hiscock. Now John Hiscock closing in on Wayne Westaway. 306 has moved up a place. That's Mark Warren and Martin Smith from Kent. And it's that's very bad luck. Mark Cossar going out onto the infield. He's got problems. But it's still Wayne Westaway who leads. Son of Ken Westaway, former racer, over the line, takes victory ahead of John Hiscock. Good victory there for Wayne, and Mark Warren third. The result of race number 13, a win for 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. In second place, number 184, John Hiscock and Simon Wall. Third place, number 306, Mark Warren and Martin Smith. Fourth, 375, Pete Shaw and Mike Stoneman. And in fifth place, number 124, Mark Heatley and Martin Davis. Winning time, 1 minute 28.42. 1 minute 28.42. Then pop along because the ladies there are dying to see you, everybody. So pop along to support Grasstrack, please. Very important cause, of course, and we need to raise as much money as possible. So come and see the Grasstrack stand and the tombola. They've got all sorts of items there for sale. Don't forget all the other displays here when we have a break. You have a look round, have a look at the displays. Now this should be fun. We got the quads coming out. So quite a few additions here. This is the Quad British Championship being led at the moment by Adrian Smith from Leigh Hazelwood and Roger Windybank. Number 2 goes up the hill. That's Adrian Smith. Well, Adrian Smith is the leader of the British Quad Oval Championship. This is round 5. They've had championships so far at Sheffield Speedway, Newport Speedway, the Boarded Circuit Tunbridge, and Stoke Speedway. This is the 5th round of the British Championship. So, number 2 then, it is from number 9. Number 2 and then number 9. Well, number 9 is Steve Roberts. And Steve usually goes well at the Danebury meetings along with his wife Jane. But at the moment it is Adrian Smith, the leader of the British Championship, out in the front, in the lead. So number 9 in second place. Then we've got number 12, that's Richard Boyer. So Adrian Smith with 1 lap to go. 9 and 12. Number 2, Adrian Smith takes the checkered flag, followed by number 9, Steve Roberts in second place. The result, a win for number 2, Adrian Smith. In second place, number 9, Steve Roberts. Third was number 12, Richard Boyer. Fourth was number 17, Andy Butler. Fifth was number 55, Roger Windybank. In sixth place, number 7, Steve Pantry. And in seventh place, number 71, we don't have his first name, T. Holman. And the winning time, 1 minute 46.24. 1 minute 46.24. Well, Richard Boyer at the moment is doing quite well in the championship. At the moment, Adrian Smith leads, Leigh Hazelwood second, Roger Windybank third, TPG is fourth, Richard Boyer, Fowler I got on my chart here actually, is next, then Steve Roberts, followed by Rob Mahoney. Those are the leaders in the British Championship. Up the hill they come, and it's number 6 who has the lead. So number 1 is the rider who's taken control here. Number 1 is Leigh Hazelwood, who lies second in the championship, as you just heard when I read them out. So he's aiming to make up a few points today. So Leigh Hazelwood then leads, followed by number 6. Then we have number 3 in third place. So, victory goes to number 1, Leigh Hazelwood. First was number 1, Leigh Hazelwood. Now second, we don't have the rider in our programme, but looking at the chart for the British Championships, the rider number 6, in fact, was George Penfold. So we presume that's George Penfold. In third place was number 3, and that's Jane Roberts, the young lady. In fourth place, number 11, Rob Mahoney. Fifth, number 77. Sixth was number 10. And seventh, we think, was 17, but we had a 17 in the previous race, so my apologies, but we haven't got full details here of the quads. Winning time, 1 minute 43.15. 1 minute 43.15. But the numbers we had come across the line were 1, 6, 3, 11, 77, 10, and number 17 in 7th place. So it could be number 7, but we had 7 in the first race coming in 6, so we think so it's either 7 or 17. So we've got a duplicated number in the quad. So Tony, maybe you'd like to sort that one out. Here we go with the 375. And Gutteridge on the outside is Jonathan Clark, and Jonathan Clark swoops into the lead. Jonathan Clark, in addition to the programme, Ian Gutteridge fights back there side by side. In 2004, they finished first and second in the British 375 Championship. Ian taking the title ahead of Jonathan. But at the moment, it's Jonathan Clark who leads from Ian Gutteridge, then Jeff Urban, followed by Dave Hammond, then Kevin Aiken, followed by Rob Snow, then Charlie Patterson, Ian Warner, and then number 35 is next. Basil March is back out again, so more races there for Basil March. Well, Jonathan Clark now started to pull away. Robbie and Gutteridge, but look at the battle going on. Dave Hammond switches to the outside of Jeff Urban. Jeff Herbert, very much a veteran, been racing since the 1960s. In fact, was racing as far back as 1966, would you believe? And he's in third place with the younger Dave Hammond. Lines at the inside, goes through into that third place. Rob Snow looks like he's got problems. He pulls up. One lap to go then for Jonathan Clark. Dave Hammond has moved ahead into that third place. Jeff Herbert now fourth. Fifth is Nailsworth Kevin Akers, followed by Charlie Patterson, stalwart of the Somerton Club. Those are the leaders. That's the leaderboard as Jonathan Clark heads towards some back markers in this race number 16. So Jonathan Clark takes victory ahead of Ian Gutteridge. Jonathan Clark in second place, 741, Ian Gutteridge. Third was 120, Dave Hammond. Fourth was 181, Kevin Akers. Fifth was 181, Kevin Akers. Sixth was 68, Ian Warner. Seventh, number 58, Norman Hornblow. Eighth, 174, Basil March. Winning time 1 minute 50.24. 1 minute 50.24. Right now we go on to the veteran. The golden old is now. This is the vintage class. We've got some real classic machines out here, dated back to 1930. Jonathan Clark, Steve Matthews, and Peter Clark, in addition to the program. And mostly we do have a chap in there from Dave Abbott, but off the line they go. Jonathan Clark is the front first, followed by Dave Abbott. You'll notice, of course, that most of them have got black leathers on. Of course, going back pre-1970, if it's into the 60s and before, they all used to have black leathers. The odd occasion they used to have different other colours. There was one rider up north who used to paint his leathers in, spray them in gold paint, for instance. But mostly it was black leathers. Jonathan Clark then on the road, Dave Abbott on the jump. Then Stuart Towner, he's on a rudge as well. Then it's John Baldwin and the number 29, Steve Matthews. Good to see Steve Matthews back on the racetrack. Steve used to race a few years ago. This Brian Cooper is next. Jonathan Clark goes up the hill in the field. Dave Abbott chasing on the outside. Going on here. Dave Abbott is chasing Jonathan all the way. Dave Abbott makes his move, closes it on Jonathan Clark. Jonathan Clark keeps tight on the inside. He's going to hold his line as they come towards the checkered flag. Steve Matthews just ahead of them. Whoa, over the line is Jonathan Clark from Dave Abbott. Tremendous racing. Did you notice that bike that Steve Matthews is on was the old dirt track Douglas? Yes, the famous old machine made in the factory at Kingswood in Bristol. It was the first machine that was dominated Grasstrack and Speedway back in the late 1920s before the Winch took over. The result, a win for 277, Jonathan Clark. In second place, number 62, Dave Abbott. Third was number 13, Stuart Towner. Fourth, 213, John Baldwin. Fifth, number 29, Steve Matthews. And in sixth place, number 167, Brian Cooper. Winning time, 1 minute 58.05. 1 minute 58.05. we go with the 250s. Leigh Pitman gets another start inside. This will be interesting. James Childe there, head back in the second place. James Childe closes up on Leigh Pitman, but Leigh Pitman holds him off. James Childe closes in, comes from the inside into the lead. Problems there, Leigh Pitman sliding off. He remains the chase at the moment. 191 is the rider in second place. So James Childe then, Leigh Pitman comes on to the infield, so he's out of the race. But James Childe, looking impressive, all the way up the hill. The winner of our first race of the day was James. Then it's Russell Little, then Barry Bates, followed by Frank Yates. Then Hammond, then Paul Pinfold. So Ben Ilsley having a good ride here, up in fourth place at the moment. But James Childe is absolutely dominating it. Here he comes up the hill. So 97, James Childe. Leigh Pitman's got going, but of course he's a lap down. Russell Little being out by Frank Yates. Then Barry Bates for the eastern centre. Paul Pinfold ahead of Dave Abbott. Which is say Paul Pinfold behind Dave Abbott and Ben Ilsley just ahead of Dave Abbott. In that order, here comes James Childe to take the checkered flag already. Tremendous there in race 18 and James Childe taking victory. Followed by Russell Little, then Frank Yates, followed by Barry Bates, then Ilsley and Paul Pinfold, I think just getting there ahead of Dave Abbott. Right on the line, we'll give you the official result in just a second. For number 97, James Childe. Second place, number 91, which is Russell Little. Third, number 41, Frank Yates. Fourth, number 88, Barry Bates. Fifth, number 54, Ben Ilsley. In sixth place, number 63, Paul Pinfold. Seventh, number 62, Dave Abbott. And in eighth place, 931, Jamie Vine. Winning time, 1 minute 44.21. 1 minute 44.21. 350s now, race 19. When I was giving out the result of race 16, when I read out the name of the rider that just said Jeff Urban, but when I repeated with the numbers, I did actually read out the numbers. It was 241 in fourth in race 16. I remember not reading his name, but I certainly gave the number out when I went through these numbers. So I'm sure you all adjusted your program accordingly there. This is race number 19, the 350s. And Reece Wilding. Teri Massingham tucking in behind us, the two riders from the eastern centre. Reece Wilding, winner first time out, takes the lead, and Mike Peters, we've seen him win earlier on, he's in third place, he's challenging Teri Massingham on the outside, with two more riders coming up behind them as well, but Reece Wilding is away, as he comes towards us, up past the commentary box, leading this one, Teri Massingham coming in the pressure, Barry Powell was there, Barry Powell was winning one, what a bad start Barry Powell had, because he's only just coming through now, into second place, and what should have been a tremendous battle between Reece Wilding and Barry Powell is not going to be there. But in fact, Barry's looking down his machine as he goes into the pit turn. So whether there's a problem or not, I don't know. So Reece Wilding from Barry Powell, then Teri Massingham, Nick Beasley, then 181 Kevin Akers from Nailsworth. Mike Peters has pulled out, so he's a non-finisher. But Reece Wilding looking good for his second victory. One up to go for Reece Wilding. Barry Powell again looking down his machine. He's in second. Nick Beasley closing in on Teri Massingham. This is a good ride here for the youngsters. It's not long come out of his racing. He's right up there on the back wheel of Teri Massingham. Teri Massingham holds him off. Very quick young lady she is on the 350s. So Rhys Wilding takes checkered flag in race 19. Barry Powell gets second place. Terry Massingham third. Nick Beasley fourth. The result, a win for number 8, Rhys Wilding. Second, number 82, Barry Powell. Third was 213, Terry Massingham. Fourth was 103, Nick Beasley. In fifth place, 181, Kevin Akers. Winning time, 1 minute 39.41. 1 minute 39.41. John Shane gets the better of Mike Golfing as they go up the hill. Anthony Curnock going quickly in the middle of the pack. John Shane so gets ahead. Well, John Shane's been racing for something like 40 years. He's won the South Western Centre Championship last year, and it looks like I think he's retained the title again this year. Anthony Curnock has now gone to the front. Richard Harbour moves up in the second place. John Shane in third. Mike Golfing is fourth, and Paul Derrick is not going as quick as usual. He's coasting back there downfield. That's 117. So Paul Derrick doing knocks as well as he normally does. Back in sixth place at the moment. Anthony Curnock is looking good though in this one. Number 239. John Gaze and Richard Harbour way all the way on the hill. John Gaze just ahead of Richard Harbour. Richard Harbour losing a bit of ground on that top corner. Now he fights back as they come out the top bend. He goes down the back straight. John Shanes holds him off. This is the South Western Centre champion versus the Southern Centre champion for that second spot at the moment. But Anthony Curnock from Worcestershire, he's doing well at the moment, leading this one as they start the final lap. Still John Shanes second, Richard Harbour third. Paul Terry down the fourth, he's now made his move. And then it's Mike Golfing. Graham Pike is now moved up behind Mike Golfing. Tony Bishop there bringing up the rear, number 70. So Anthony Curnock takes the checkered flag and victory in race number 20. John Shanes gets second place, Richard Harbour third, Paul Derrick gets fourth, followed by Mike Golfing, Graham Pike, and then Gordon Walker. The result of race number 20, a win for number 239, Anthony Curnock. In second place, 193, John Shanes. Third, number 28, Richard Harbour. Fourth, 117, Paul Derrick. Fifth, 124, Mike Golfing. Then it was number 7, 84 and 70. Winning time, 1 minute 46.16. We're on with the 500. This is Rockin' Rod Melksham who leads up the hill and leads this one. So Rod Melksham from St George in Bristol. It is out in front, and of course a good friend of Barry Woodruff. And Barry, his mate, had a tremendous speed track championship at Somerset Speedway on Friday night. So we'll tell you more about that later. Here is Rocket Rod then leading this one. Rod Melksham goes up the hill and leading from fellow Bristol rider Andy Farfield in second place. Then we've got 152, the next rider, which is Elvis Bale, I think it is, but the addition to the programme. But at the moment it's Rod Melksham pulling away. Andy Carfield still going, Dave Hammond now moved up a place, Elvis Bale then. Paul Pratt, number 86, then Kieran Davis at number 53. Then we got 147, that's Primrose Crawford. Cutler there looking like he's got a few problems in this race, number 180. And have we lost Elvis, have we? I think possibly. So Rod Melksham takes victory in race number 21. result of race number 21, a win for number 91, Rod Melksham. In second place, number 606, Andy Carfield. Third was 120, Dave Hammond. Fourth, number 53, Kieran Davidson. Fifth was number 86, Vaughan Pratt. And in sixth place, 147, Primrose Crawford. And in seventh place, it was 180, Dean Cutler. Winning time, 1 minute 39.43. 1 minute 39.43. Attention paddock. We've had a report the riders are not getting into the pit box quick enough, and if you miss your race, it will be your problem basically, because they will be going, they will not be waiting for you. Competitors, please make a note of the races that you're in, and please make sure that you're in the pit box ready for racing. The line they go, and it's Beasley with Tim Curnock just behind him. Winner last year, Anthony Bougourd also tucked in there as well. Wow, what about this? Andrew Appleton left in the pack and fighting his way through. So Andrew Appleton now leads from Steve Leigh, then Anthony Bougourd. 24, 726 going backwards there, Tim Curnock after such a good start. But Andrew Appleton, what about this? What a master we're watching here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Reading Racers superstar and international star on the long tracks. Andrew Appleton leads from Steve Leigh. Last year's winner, Anthony Bougourd. Then number 24, Adam Filmer. Then Tim Curnock, followed by Steve Dowling. And then Tony Bishop ahead of Kevin Beer. Then number 30, Simon Gale, as Andrew Appleton closes in on the back end of the riders there. So Simon Gale, we'll see Andrew Appleton flying by him in a moment. Andrew even getting a wheelie in the air. Eases off the throttle. He realises he's got a half a lap lead. So as the other riders start their last lap, Andrew Appleton comes over the line and takes victory in race 22. Superb ride there from Andrew. The result, a win for number 4, Andrew Appleton. Second, 93, Steve Leigh. Third, number 24, Adam Filmer. Fourth, 726, Tim Curnock. Then the numbers are 2. I'll go through this result afterwards. The Orioles are great. And look at this, there's Daniel Winterton and Paul Oughton side by the side as they come up the hill. Daniel Winterton from Cheshire, one of the quick lads from the north of England, going like a rocket train. Look at that wheelie on that back straight. Absolutely incredible. Daniel Winterton then leads. And Daniel then, he came down, I think it was last year he came down to this meeting. And Daniel Winterton leads up the hill from Paul Oughton, then Dane Hooper, followed by 811 Dane Cleo, another rider from the Channel Islands. Again, Daniel Winterton gets that wheel in the air. Paul Oughton, though, good second place for him. Remember, he's been off the scene for a few years, just returning to Grasstrack this year. So Daniel Winterton from Paul Oughton, Shane Hooper. Of course, every rider who wins one of these heats gets, I think it's a £10 prize for every single race win. So all these riders that win in these races are going to get an award at the end of the evening. Daniel Winterton, his machine didn't look too good, and he's slowed right down. He's got a major problem there as Daniel Winterton comes to a halt. That's real bad luck for young Daniel. And there's certainly some of the petrol money gone straight away, and probably a repair bill as well as he coasts onto the infield. Which means it's Paul Oughton who takes the checkered flag. Even bit of battle going on at the back here as well. Oh, they've got one rider pulling out. Dave Cleo goes over the line. That's Dave Tricky. Now I'll go back to the previous race. I'll give you rider numbers only. They were 4, 93, 24, 726, 2, 280, 70, 30 and 51. The winning time is 1 minute 31.66. This is race 22, remember. 4, 93, 24, 726, 2, 280, 70, 30 and 51. The result of race 23, it was a win for Paul Oughton, number 186, followed by 55, Shane Hooper, 811, Dave Cleo. Fourth was number 32. That's it. Come on, Daniel, keep going. That's the way. Then it was 32, followed by 240. And Daniel Winterton. Round of applause there. That's it. Well done, Daniel. That was some push that was going round there. The winning time there, 1 minute 39.16, 1 minute 39.16. The numbers, the order, they finished in race number 23 again, were 186, 55, 811, 32, 240 and number 12. So the two unlucky riders there pushed back to the pits, obviously to sort their bikes out, but both getting some points there, hoping to get into the semi-finals later on before we go have the final. This is race 24 next. This is heat 4, the 500 solos. The hill they go, and Mark Giles, who leads, but Clayton Chubb also got a good start. Clayton's getting some very quick starts at the moment. Adrian Cutler up in the third place, but coming under pressure from a gaggle of riders there. Mark Giles goes down the hill, leading this one. He won first time out. Mark Giles won his first race, which was heat 4, race 4. Mark Giles then from Clayton Chubb in second place. Then number 13, Rob Watts. Followed by Adrian Cutler in fourth. Then it's James Peters in fifth. Well, Clayton Chubb has been getting quite a few good results then in Cornwall this last 18 months since coming up from the youth racing. And doing the chasing of Mark Giles here. Rob Watts, number 13 in third. Then Adrian Cutler. Then we've got James Peters. Chased by Bill Coogan from the Channel Islands, and it's Phil Spencer ahead of the Southern Centre rider, Rob Snow, fellow Southern Centre rider, of course, Rob Snow. Mark Giles already out on his own there and heading for victory in race number 24. So the checker flag being made ready. There he is, the winner, Mark Giles, following Clayton Chubb in second place. Rob Watts gets third. And Adrian Cutler gets fourth. The result of race number 24, the fourth heat of the 500 solos, a win for number 26, Mark Giles. In second place, number 35, Clayton Chubb. In third place, number 13, Rob Watts. Fourth was number 97, Adrian Cutler. In fifth place, number 59, Bill Couillou. In sixth place, number 921, Phil Spencer. Seventh is 189, Rob Snow. Eighth place, number 45, James Peters. And in ninth place, number 21, Mervyn Medlin. The winning time, 1 minute 39 exactly, 1 minute 39. And the numbers were 26, 35, 13, 97, 59, 921, 189, 45 and 21. That's how they finished it, race 24. That winning time again, 1 minute 39. We're on with the 15 now, the 500 solos. This is race number 25. outside into the lead, but there may be a big event here next year. David Durham gets the lead, and Simon Q.U. is Paul Derrick there in third place. Then it's Richard Cooper from Gillingham in Dorset, son of Bill Cooper, Brian Cooper I should say. But tremendous start there by David Durham, the reigning 500cc Southern Centre champion. And, up and away and leading this one. David Durham leads. Simon Q.U. in second, Paul Derrick in third. Up into third place has gone number 36, Rory Cavell. And the race has been stopped, the red flag's gone out, we have a rider down by the pits there, down on the track. Medical staff just running in to assist the rider. Race number 25, here we go then, the rerun. Up the hill they come. David Durham again. Rory Cavell, number 36, right there behind him. But an absolute flying start by David Durham. Winds the throttle on as he goes down the hill towards the pits area. Down to that bottom part of the circuit, kicks up the dust, comes back up towards us. The track in perfect condition, just been rolled again. Rory Cavell's in second place, Simon Q.U. in third. Fourth place, Richard Cooper, followed by Paul Derrick, and then it was number 146, Leigh Hopkins. So those are the runners we have. We don't have a full grid out here now. We've lost a couple of riders. In fact, we've got some non-starters as well in this one. So David Durham then from number 36. Rory Cavell, then Simon Q.U. Good battle going on at the back there. Richard Cooper. So David Durham then takes victory in heat number 25. Race number 25, Dave Durham. Right, let's give you the result then of race number 25. And a win for number 47, David Durham. Second, number 36, Rory Cavell. Third, number 60, Simon Q.U. In fourth place, 146, Leigh Hopkins. A good battle there with the fifth place one. In fifth place, number 37, Richard Cooper. Sixth place, 117, Paul Derrick. And the winning time, 1 minute 37.27. 1 minute 37.27. Up the hill they go, and number 6 to finish the front first, that's Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. And we've just got 3 outfits in this one. I suppose if we end up with just 3 in each, they'll probably put them together. But at the moment, while there's a 4th one, they can't go in the same race. Sean Chick and Sarah Morton in the lead from Rob Ryhs and Martin Boyd. Third place, number 47, Michael Stoughton, Shane Blackburn. Wonder where Peter Langren is today, the landlord. He's not here. It's not far for him. It's unusual to not see him here. Chick and Sarah Morton. No chase there. These three pretty well spread out. On to its final lap then. Chick. And as you can see, very well spread out in this one. Unfortunately, a bit of a non-event, but you can see for yourselves the order they're in. But a good victory, and a very clear victory for number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. There's a win for number 6, Sean Chick and Sarah Morton. Or Sarah Morton, I should call her. So it is Sarah, not Sarah. So number 6 then, the winners. In second place, number 33, Rob Wright and Martin Boyd. In third place, number 47, Michael Stote and Shane Blackburn. Winning time, 1 minute 43.73. 1 minute 43.73. Barry Bennett had problems first time out. You remember pulling on to the infield? Barry Bennett tucked in behind them. Barry's, of course, made the way all the way down from mid-Wales. He gets up into second place ahead of Mike Reed. But Tony Cook, absolutely flying. I wonder what Phil Stoneman thinks of the 500 sidecars. He's normally on the back of Rick McAuley. Tony Cook, Barry Bennett, Mike Reed, and Keith Richards in that order. Now, Tony Cook, as I mentioned, has got Phil Stoneman on there at the back at the moment, but he is looking for a passenger for next year. You can see what the driver goes like. He's pretty impressive. So if anybody fancies being his passenger for 2006, then pop along and see Tony in the pits today. Tony Cook then lead from Barry Bennett, Mike Reed and Steve Richards. Well, Tony Cook has already taken one victory in race number 9, and he's gunning for another one here. Down the back straight goes Tony Cook and Phil Stoneman. Phil, father of Nathan Stoneman, who rides in the youth track Grasstrack meetings, and his father used to race Colin Stoneman. The result, a win for number 10, Tony Cook, and his passenger Phil Stoneman. In second place, number 7, Barry Bennett and Effian Hughes. In third place, number 57, Mike Reed and James Benfield. In fourth place, 143, Keith Richards and Adam Young. Winning time, 1 minute 40.65, 1 minute 40.65.